We're here at Mangawai with Tony Orton. Tony and his wife Bea have recently returned from a 9-year stint fishing overseas where they've skippered a number of boats at all the fishing hotspots, and they've returned here to set up their own charter business, and it is centred around a extreme 8.5 metre centre cabin game boat, and it's got a lot of really interesting features. Tony, tell us a little bit about the boat.
Okay, well, we wanted to design a boat that was very easy to fish out of, full walk around. We do a lot of lure fishing, jigging, top water style fishing, so having a good casting platform on the bow was one of the main aspect that we wanted to sort of get right, and then also the big live well at the back, tuna tubes, for our marlin fishing and that, and just heaps of rod storage, and then also game fishing out of Mangawai. It can be very good. I want a boat that I can actually run myself, so my clients can, I don't need 2 deckhands or a deckhand in the boat. Something I can run myself. So easy to put the riggers out, teaser reels, and obviously tuna tubes, everything on hand, ready to go. But very simple to use.
Tony, having fished at a number of places all around the world, you've been exposed to some interesting techniques, and particularly when it comes to tease and switch and fishing with dredges. What have you done with this boat so as you can fish that way here in New Zealand?
Yeah, well, we've got teaser reels actually built into the roof, which is quite unique for a New Zealand boat. And also with the outriggers, I can actually control them there, put them out, and control my teasers from here. It just means that I can be driving the boat. I've got autopilot, and I can control the teasers, and my clients can actually learn to pitch to the fish right from the back of the boat with, not having to run around the boat with lots of different reels, confusing the situation. So that's quite unique, and it works for us. I only fish with teasers and dredges and live baits. So.
This centre cab is a little bit of a special boat for extreme. There's a reason for it being a centre cab as opposed to a full standard cab, Tony. What are those reasons?
The main thing is that we like to lure fish, like I just said before, but also when we get on a fish, we like to get them to the boat as quick as we can. So a lot of people back up on fish on trailer boats. We like to drive to them. The angler can actually then walk to the side of the boat or up to the front. It's nice and safe, and you've just got so much more fishing space. When you're jigging or soft bait fishing, get a lot of people on the rail. Yeah.
For this boat, Tony, you've gone with a twin outboard option. You've got twin 200 Hondas, and why did you choose this particular setup?
There's a lot of reasons. We went for the Hondas because of how quiet they are. We want it to be comfortable for our guests. Lots of power, being twin 200s. We cross a bar every day, so that power is, low down power is really important to us to cross those bars safely. And the reliability. And also with, twin engines are very popular overseas. We don't really see it as much in New Zealand, but the boat tracks a lot straighter. It's a lot easier on the autopilot. You're not, working the engine so hard. We're cruising at low revs, 3,500 RPM, burning, very small amounts of fuel. So it actually works out to be quite economical and very safe and quiet.
Can you give us offhand some of those fuel figures? I know that you've worked on them, Tony, and they're quite impressive.
Yeah, so like at 24 knots, we're burning just under 40 litres of fuel an hour, which, it sounds like a lot, but it's you're running twin engines, big boat, capable of taking, 7 or 8 people. It's quite economical for us as a charter operation to run this boat, and it's also very quiet for the guests, so it's a win-win situation, really.
And your electronics, you've run with Garmin?
Yeah, over the last few years, working in Mexico, I was running game boats there, and my favourite boat that I was running overseas was all Garmin, and we've decided to run with that. It's very simple. I mean, that's the main thing. It's simple and it works, and it's got an absolutely stunning sounder. I mean, you can see here we're in shallow water, but it's just crystal clear. You can see every fish in there, and the chirp. And we've also got the new sonar, which is a side scanning and down scanning, so we're actually picking up bait out to the sides of the boat also, which is great for soft bait fishing in the shallow waters. Yeah.
And you're integrated too with your engine performance?
Yes, on these little screens here we've got all our engine data. Engines are off right now, but you can see you've got RPMs, you can trim, fuel economy, voltage, you can get pretty much whatever you like, speed, fuel use for the trip, and time of the day. Yeah.
And beneath it here, Tony, you've got the autopilot, and you mentioned earlier that plays quite a big part in your style of game fishing.
Yeah, that's my second deckhand right there. That's it saves me. It just makes my job so easy, especially when we're trolling or just moving on to the next spot. I can actually put it on autopilot. Obviously you've still got to be safe and watch where you're going, but it just enables me to free up a spare pair of hands to do something if I need to. So yeah, that was one of the first things we put on this boat, was an autopilot. Yeah.
And centrepiece in the cockpit, Tony, is your bait station. It's you've made some adaptations for that to suit various situations.
Yeah, we've rigged it up for a lot of different fishing. I mean, obviously we can go out to the mokes and just bait fish, and we've got a nice big bait board there. Or we can lift this out when I'm lure fishing. When I'm lure fishing, I just leave this tucked away down here, and it frees it up for all our lures, jigs, topwater lures. Nice easy rigging station, and it gives us access to our big live well in there, 150 litres. We can pile in 40, 50, 60 live baits in there, no worries.
And you don't have to have it full all the time, Tony?
No, we've got these different lengths pipes. They've got another one that's a bit longer, so I can either have it half full or almost full, just depending on how many baits we've got for the day. And it's quite easy. They just screw into there, so it actually works as a double purpose. It controls the height, and then when you take it out, it's a drain as well. So it's just simplifying a lot of things, which we've done on this boat. Yeah.
And there's good storage either side of the bait station as well.
Yeah, we put all our tackle in here, so all our rigging gear in there, soft baits, lures, traces, everything's in there. On the other side we have all our sinkers and lead weights. Yeah, it makes it very simple.
And there's no shortage of rod holders on this boat, Tony?
No, we have 37 rod holders, and they've all been put in places that obviously work for us. The big thing, like back in here, we've got rod holders around our tuna tubes, but we also use our tuna tubes not just for marlin fishing, for when we're chasing kingies on live baits. And what it enables the clients to do is when they lift up and we go to do a new drop, going onto another spot, they can actually wind their live bait up and actually stick it in here. So they've got individual spaces, so they don't tangle up between each drop, which is every charterman's nightmare when you go to get on the spot and go to drop and baits are all tangled and the guys can't drop them on the water. So we've eliminated that problem by doing this. For tunas, bonitos and scarwide when we're marlin fishing. So yeah.
Nors, we need now some warm water and some big fish to come along, Tony.
Oh yeah, looking forward to that.
Good luck for the season.
Thank you.